When former Sharks and Stormers lock Wayne Boardman first pulled together what he could just to provide one meal for one person, I don't think he could have imagined that that small gesture would evolve into the One Cup of Pup initiative that is now feeding, providing toys and other essentials for hundreds and attracting more than just a PR endorsement from no less than 3 different eras of Rugby World Cup winning Springboks. Our body is taking a break from his frenetic rollout schedule to join us via video, along with one of the more recent World Cup winners in the form of Trevor Nyakane. Welcome, gentlemen. Great to see you.
Thank you very much. Great to be here.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having us.
I got to say, Trevor, just to see your smile, man, makes me so happy. We've missed seeing you, man. We've missed you so much.
Yes, yeah, it's been tough. Hopefully the people will get to see more of it. So I can't wait for everything to settle down so that we can get back and enjoy ourselves again. But I'll always say the smile will always remain. So they can't take, even COVID can't take that away.
I love it, man. And of course, you guys have given enough reasons for others to smile as well. Wayne, well done on starting what looks like something truly special that has grown exponentially. And it sounds like the initiative really did have the most humble beginning. How did this all start?
Yeah, thank you. So I think on that sort of first week of lockdown, everybody was unsure. We didn't know what the future was. And I just felt I went out on that first Saturday to go and buy groceries for myself, and an area that I run and cycle on the Braamfontein Spruit, I know that there's a couple of communities around us, and I just thought it would be a nice gesture to spend 300 or 400 rand and go and drop off some groceries and just see how these guys are doing. Well, I can tell you, if we were unsure and uncertain in those early days of lockdown, these guys were probably, I would say, fearful, and they really didn't know where they were going to get their next meal. So that's where it started. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. And then I reached out to my sort of immediate community, the area that I live in Paulshof. And just by email, I mean, the people hadn't really met me. And I asked them if they would be prepared to donate. And I would do the work. I would go and buy the bulk pup and I would pack it. And the donations were amazing. The people were amazing. A lot of people had never met me. We don't have an NGO. And they just were so forthcoming and so supportive of the initiative. Dave van Husselen, also an ex-Springbok, I played with him at the Stormers. He kind of reached out, and that's where we started getting the support of people like Joel Stransky, John Smith, Trevor. I mean, Trevor's been amazing with that smile. He's actually been with us every single Friday from almost sunrise to sunset.
Wow.
It's been an amazing initiative.
How many people are you currently feeding now as we fast forward to the point that you are? How has that initiative evolved?
So we started with a few small communities, and there's one fairly large community on our doorstep here in Fourways, sort of Paulshof, about 650 people. The funny thing is that each week it grows by about another 50. So I think as the word gets out, guys are coming in from sort of all over.
That's incredible, and hopefully it will continue to evolve. So, Trevor, I've got to ask you this. I've actually been dying to ask you this because before we went into lockdown, it seemed like the World Cup had just happened yesterday. In fact, I think the party was still going on. I was certainly still celebrating it. Now, we fast forward a few months down the line and just a few months into lockdown, and it feels like a lifetime ago. Are you still dwelling on what you guys achieved? Do you still think about it? Is the World Cup still fresh in your mind?
You know what? It was an amazing thing. I think that the guys managed to pull off, and I think it was something that South Africa needed very much at the time to just unite everyone and just bring everyone together. But I told myself in the beginning of the season that the World Cup is done now. You need to go back to square one, come back down to earth, and work as hard as you did just to be able to get into a team again. So I tried to put it behind my back, but at the end of the day, I mean, it's a big achievement. I won't lie and play it down and say, you know what, it's over and all that. I think even when you still try to drive around here, still people still say thank you very much for what you guys have done for the country. So you keep being reminded of it, and I won't lie. I mean, I framed the jersey with the mini World Cup and put it in my front door. So every time I walk in there,
I love it. I've no doubt that the mental strength that you had to develop through your own World Cup journey with the injury woes, having to kind of deal with that situation would have obviously given you a bit of strength to deal with not playing right now. But I've got to ask, when you got involved with Wayne, did you expect to be doing the kind of heavy lifting that you've been doing? Because I've seen the pictures, you've been on the production line lugging kilos of pup, man. Were you physically prepared for that level of conditioning?
You know, I was actually surprised. I didn't think it was going to be that taxing on the body, but I thought it was just going to be something where I just hand out a few things and that's about it. So when I got invited, you know what, I was sitting at home and it's hard training in the garage and all that. So I just decided, you know what, Trevor, this is a Friday where you just train and that's about it. And you can literally just go out and try and help out and make a difference in someone's life. And I decided to do that, just to take it up. I think I was just invited for that day, but after that I was like a tick. They couldn't get rid of me. So I really very much enjoyed it, and I looked at it as well as a bit of a gym session, an extra gym session. I mean, the kilos of pop that we have to move on a Friday is quite hectic. I don't think our fitness coach can come up with such a hectic exercise. Just to be able to be with other people and just try and make a difference was really amazing. And I think probably from all the lifting of pop, maybe my bench max is better now. Or my squatting as well must be a little bit better. I think I'm going to have a new max push when I go back to training.
I was wondering now how those backline players you mentioned there are going to keep up with John and you, Trevor. But Wayne, I'm going to once.
No, we let the backs do the soup and stuff like that, just small packets and all that. The big boys will do the heavy lifting. So
the top five doing the heavy lifting, tons of pop, tons of baked beans. The backs bring us coffee.
I love it, man. And they keep you entertained. Gentlemen, I wish we had more time, but I'm certainly going to stay in touch with both of you. And who knows where this will be, Wayne, when we reconnect with you in the future. But congratulations, an unbelievable job that you are doing, and clearly making a very big difference in individuals' lives. And then, Trevor, I've got to say, I can't wait to see you smiling on a field again as you destroy in the scrum, my friend. But great to hear that you guys are starting to move back towards Loftus and the rugby field. And to both of you, thank you very much, man.